So, what do you do every day? What do I do every day? Well, I live a pretty boring life. Every day I wake up at the same I every day I wake up at uh 7 a.m. and then I don't even want to go through the whole day I because I again because I do the same thing every day. I wake up, I go on my phone, and then I go to sleep. When I say this, I'm not kidding. This is literally my life. The description of what I do every day. This is literally that. I don't think a lot of people I don't think a lot of people will be able to keep up with it. Well, it is so boring. It always involves not talking to people, like literally not talking to people. I don't know if a lot of people can do that. I mean, imagine you get it every day, you go on your phone and you don't talk to anybody. I think for a lot of people that would be very boring. But even said that, I like I like everything about it. I like not talking to people. I like being on my phone. I like doing the exact same things every day. So in a way, this is the kind of life that I choose to live. It's not that I'm thrown into this. I'm I purposefully construct my life to be this way. So even though it might seems very boring to people, to me it is an enjoyable life. So how many hours do you go on your phone every day? How many hours do I go on my phone every day? Hmm, let me guess. Mm, 5, 6 hours, I guess. Maybe more than that. But it doesn't go below 5 hours. It always it's always about 5 hours. So you spend 5 hours of your time daily on your phone. So where do you spend those 5 hours? Is that on social media? Is that being spent on social media? Is that what are you doing for 5 hours a day on your phone? Well, I do a bunch of stuff. Sometimes I go on YouTube. In fact, I feel like I spend most of my time on YouTube. And the thing is, I don't have any social media. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I don't have TikTok. So the only place that I go on is YouTube. So I feel like YouTube is where I spend most of my time. Like most of 5 hours of my time daily, I spend it on YouTube. So why do you spend all this time on YouTube? Well, simple. because I love because I love because I love watching YouTube. I've been on YouTube since 2017, 2018, and since then I've been a huge fan of it. I like the things that they do. Like I feel like I like everything about YouTube. And I think YouTube is such a like it is such a resourceful platform, which I think is very different from Facebook or any other social media. No, if you're on YouTube, you can learn a lot of things. You can watch a lot of tutorials regarding how to cook, how to fix, how to do this, how to do that. And so I find YouTube to be very efficient and very beneficial. So that's why I spend most of my time on YouTube. That's why I spend most of my time on YouTube. Now you get it right. Okay, so you talked about not having social media. Why is it? Is that a conscious decision? It is a conscious decision that I made. Because because I realized that being on social media does nothing good to me. It just one it takes away my time because every minute I get on social media, I feel like I'm just wasting all of it. Two is just I find it to be pointless. Aside from being able to communicate, being able to send like messages, being able to make video calls. Other than that, I find social media to be pretty meaningless. And also a lot of news and a lot of articles you see on social media, for the most part, none of it is real. It is either misinformation or just straight up useless stuff. Like sometimes you see sometimes you see like you see an article about some TikToker getting arrested for doing stupid things. It's, it's always this like useless stuff that you see on social media. So for all of these reasons, I don't use social media. So it is a conscious decision that I made. If social media could benefit me somehow, I would use it totally. But to me, I get nothing out of being on social media. So I'm not going to give away my time and my energy into it. Why would you do something that doesn't benefit you, right? You're not going to invest you're not going to invest in a business that doesn't give you profit in return. So it's the same with social media. Is despite you putting all these minutes, hours, and days into it, what do you get back? Pretty much nothing. You cannot pinpoint some benefit that you get from Facebook or Instagram because there is none other than just sending text and making video calls, and that's it. So yeah, all in all, I don't use social media. I find it to be useless. I find it to be pointless. So if you had a superpower, what would it be? If I had a superpower, what would it be? Hmm. I guess it would be being able to memorize a lot of things. Yeah, I feel like that is the superpower that I wanna have. Is like if I read something, I want it. Like I want to memorize it instantly, so that like I can literally remember everything. I know it sounds like a stupid power, but I want to remember a lot of things. So I feel like it would do me a lot of it would do me a big favor. So I feel like it would do me a big big favor 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 var var favor. But here's why we need it. Yo, what, bruh? Tyrese, Tyrese. So, so I know that you watch a lot of anime. So which is your favorite anime show? What's your favorite anime show? Well, yeah, I've seen a lot of anime. But if I have to pick up my favorite one, that would be Death Note. And I got a few reasons for why it is my favorite anime. Because one is because Death Note is the very first anime series that I've ever watched. So that's one reason. The fact that it being my first anime series. to watch. And the second is that it has a very good story. No one can deny that. Death Note has one of the best anime stories of all time. And three is probably the characters. They are very interesting. They are super intelligent. It's like so entertaining. And for his soundtrack, the soundtrack in Death Note is I I I don't know how to describe it. You gotta go listen to it yourself. It's it's like it's gonna blow your mind away. It's gonna blow your mind away. It's insane. So that's a few reasons why Death Note is my favorite anime series. So when did it come up? Death Note. When did it come up? I believe it came out in 2006. Yeah. It is 2006. I saw it in 2020. There's actually a story behind it, behind how I saw it and what got me to see it, which I'm not gonna get into right now because it's sort of I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. So, do you think it is a good quality to be nice to people? You mean if being nice you mean if being nice is a good quality? Yeah. I think being nice is a good quality because it's like a magnet. If you're nice, people will like you, right? It's like being friendly. If you're nice to people will like you. But obviously you don't always want to be nice, right? You only act nice to people that are good, right? That deserve to be nice. But you're not going to be nice to somebody who is like who is dickhead, right? Who doesn't deserve it, right? So yeah, being nice in general is a good quality, but you don't want to be always nice because people will take advantage of you. That's the thing. People take advantage of nice people because they know that you will always be nice to it, so they wanna use it. They wanna use it against you to get what they want because they know that you're not going to get angry, and so again, being nice is good, but there has to be a limit to it. Like somebody punches you, You don't want to be nice. You don't want to be just standing there smiling. You don't want to do that. So being nice is dependent on the situation and circumstance. You don't always want to be nice. You want to change it depending on the situation. Should I be nice right now, or should I not be? But again, going back to the question, I believe overall being nice is a good quality to have in a human. You want to be able to express a lot of emotions, a lot of things. Sometimes you want to be nice, sometimes you want to be not so nice, sometimes you want to be angry, sometimes you want to be emotional. You want to have all these qualities, not just one, not just your definition of your personality is just nice, right? Being nice is good, but you don't want to base your life around it, around just being a nice guy. So what do you think? What are the basic qualities that people should have in general? Basic qualities people should have in general. Probably one, honesty, right? And two is let's see. One is definitely honesty. Two is I mean, there's a lot of things that I can pick. Two is probably, you know what, right now I could think of only one, which is honesty. So you want to be honest, you know. So do you read? Do I read? No, I'm not a fan of reading. But I'll say this: when I was young, I used to read a lot. I used to read. I used to read when I eat. I used to read when I sleep. but when, but when I got older, I don't. Reading became boring. Like to the point that I didn't want to even flip the pages. I got that lazy, so I give up on reading. Even now, I don't want to do digital reading because I hate scrolling up and down. Also, now I have this belief that reading doesn't help. Reading doesn't help me match, right? To me, I feel like I could learn more from talking to people and associating with people compared to just reading a book. If I'm reading a book about how to become confident, I wouldn't read it. What I would do is I would literally go out, put myself out there and start talking to people. I wanna do it practically. I just don't wanna take tips and tricks from a book and then apply it to my own life. Which it could be beneficial. Right? I'm not saying that it is not. It could be. But I would rather do it right away because I don't wanna waste any time. Also, the thing is, it might be different for you. What is written in the book might not be for you. Sometimes you gotta figure out what you have to do on your own. You can't rely on a book. Yeah, there may be examples, where you have to rely on a book. But sometimes you gotta rely on your own. You gotta trust yourself and do it on your own. You cannot rely on a book. So yeah, to me, I feel like I do more progress learning from people rather than reading a book. It's different. It's different. I'm not saying that you shouldn't read. Different people learn different ways. Some people learn it through reading books. Some people learn it through practical, like doing it practically. Some people learn it through listening. So there are different ways for different people to learn. It just, for me, I feel like doing it practically is more progressive than reading a book. So, do you play guitar? Well, no, I don't play guitar. At one point, I was like, I'm gonna get into playing guitar. I'm gonna be like, this way I will look cool. But I realized it was sort of stupid. Why would why would you play guitar just to look cool? When you're young, you think about a lot of things that could make you cool. If I could ride a skateboard, that's gonna make me look cool. If I could smoke, that's gonna make me look cool. As a kid, you think about all this stuff. But when you grow older, you realize you just don't wanna do things just for the sake of being cool. So that's why I don't play guitar. I don't wanna play it just for the sake of being cool, right? If I wanna play it, I only wanna do it for the purpose of enjoying it. I only wanna do it if I have passion for it. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, no. Let's do one more question. So do you think people should be treated equally? I believe that people should be treated equally regardless of what they look, regardless of their skin, regardless of where they come from. I think regardless of all of this, everybody should be treated with respect. You shouldn't be discriminated because of your skin. You don't want to be treated differently because you're black, because you are Asian, because you are white. As a human being, you want to be treated with respect. So yeah, I believe in equal. I believe that everyone should be treated with respect and equality. No one should be discriminated for how they look in based in no one should be discriminated based on their skin color and where they come from. I think people should be treated differently only based on what kind of person they are. Like, are they nice? Are they good people? You know, people should be treated differently based on their behavior and their mindset, not based on their skin color. So yeah, that's what I think of this whole idea. And with that, that's all for this video. And I'll see you guys again. Take care. And with that, signing off from this world. And bye.